From a practical point of view, we can probably never have too much stubble or ground cover. There can be issues in terms of planting the next crop if you retain a very high level of cereal stubble in particular, and so the planter configuration might have to change. But in terms of driving better moisture retention, in general the more the better. One of the questions we've been trying to respond to or research over the last 3 or 4 years has been, how can we improve our overall fallow water efficiency, which is particularly important to growers in the more western areas. We know that having any stubble is better than a bare situation. The problem we have is that the overall efficiency is still so low, it takes a long time to really get a full profile of moisture. So part of the work we've been involved with has been to see, is there enough impact from increasing the amount of ground cover to drive an economic benefit, and quantifying how much benefit there can be, because most of our soil water work has only gone up to having a moderate level of ground cover, or at most 100% ground cover. One of the key outcomes from the work that we've done over the last few years has been the amount of difference having ground cover has made in terms of our fallow water efficiency. So from a situation where you've pretty much got a bare surface to a situation where you've got, in that case, over 100% ground cover, you might be looking at needing an extra 5 or 6 inches of rainfall over a fallow period to get the same amount of final soil water preserved or conserved for the next crop. The biggest issue though now, even though we've seen that there are some big benefits to having that additional ground cover, is how do we do it practically and commercially. And there are some trials being done out at Walgett to look at very high harvest heights in wheat stubble to see what sort of differences are coming from that. There's also work going on with alternative ways of trying to reduce those evaporation losses. But if as an industry we can come up with a way of improving that fallow efficiency from the 20% type level up to 40 or 50%, that could drive a massive difference in terms of our overall productivity.